Get the bag, King Walker.
What's up, LFG fam? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and we have a movie review for you guys today. And we just literally got back from watching Aquaman 2 and the Lost Kingdom. Me and Jack, we talked about this before with codes. Are we going to implement our new rating system right here, right now, going with stars instead of numbers? What do you think, Jet?
I think it's a better time as any.
Okay, then we are changing the format. We used to go out of 10. We're going with stars now out of 5. So we're gonna do that right now. I'm gonna let you go first. Because I don't want to influence you in any way. I want to see where your head's at. Just rating off rip as we usually do with LFG. Jet, go ahead. What you think of the movie? How many stars are you giving it?
Well, to be honest, I really don't know how this movie is being received or anything like that. I have no fucking clue. But just me, I went alone to see it, so just me sitting down watching the movie. I don't recall ever really being bored. I don't think the plot was bad in any way, to be honest, to me. I think I'm gonna go 3 out of 5 stars. I was pretty not impressed. It just didn't disappoint me, I guess I could say. And I wasn't bored. I didn't really have a problem with the villain. So for me personally, I'm gonna go 3 out of 5.
Okay. Jet said he didn't know nothing about it, like as far as like how critics are viewing it, how audiences are viewing it. I know the tomato meter is 36. Like I knew it was bad. I looked it up before I came out. It was 36 critically. The few thumbnails that I've seen saying it's bad. And I told Jay yesterday, man, this is going to be a bad movie then. I already know it's going to be bad. But surprise to me, surprise to Jed, I guess. I don't, maybe it wasn't a surprise for him. I'm at a 3 out of 5 stars too. And the plot was easy to follow. It was nothing crazy. Okay. I mean, it was pretty cool that they got the Lost Kingdom in there. The villain was cool. I didn't have any issues with that. The CGI was a little bit lackluster at times in the water, especially with like Mara and Nicole Kidman's character. That you could see that. But for the most part, like Jet said, I wasn't bored, man. They did have quite a bit of action in there from beginning to end. Jason Momoa, as usual, loves his roles that he plays in, and he gives it his all because he just had a fun time playing it, it seemed like. So he just stole it for me. And obviously, Amber Heard is still in the movie. So I will say what minimal she's in, I mean, like 2-3 lines, maybe 4 lines at most is what they gave her.
Yeah, she wasn't in there too.
Yeah, she wasn't in there that much, but I will say any second she was in there is not good, but at least she was minimal. So that was pretty cool. I thought she was going to be a bigger factor in this, but no, she wasn't. Maybe they changed that at the end. I don't know. I guess we'll find out when everything comes out. But yeah, 3 out of 5 stars. There you guys go. Both me and Jed are 3 out of 5. We're gonna go ahead and talk about it now. So if you guys haven't seen the movie, make sure you go watch it. Would you recommend watching it in theater, Jed? Or you think you'd wait for it to go home on streaming services?
No, I would recommend waiting for it to go on streaming services.
To go on streaming.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think if you have nothing else to do and you just want to go have a fun time, it's a fun popcorn flick. Just kill some time, have some fun in the theater, whatever. I think you go watch in the theater, but other than that, just wait for it to streaming services. So yeah, there you go. 3 out of 5 stars. Point of the show where if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Wait for it on streaming. Come back to the video, and that way you can get our full thoughts and opinions on that. So spoiler warning. Now we're gonna go ahead and get right into the movie. I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the movie. The villain for me was Manta for the most part, right? And he was obsessed with getting the black trident, or not. He had the black trident. He was obsessed with like unlocking the villain, I guess, which was the Lost Kingdom, and taking his power for his own to defeat Aquaman and just make him sorry for ever killing him, his dad and stuff like that. So that was pretty straightforward. Orm comes back in this one, which I thought he did a good job. I believed like, okay, yeah, you know what? What I did was wrong. At one point, Aquaman's like, I can't wait to just lock you back up once we're done. He's like, don't worry about it. I'll take myself back because that's my honor. So I thought that was cool. That was believable for me. Yeah, I think, like I said, Jason Momoa stole the show for me. He was just yelling, having a good time, throwing himself at statues and just beating up enemies and shit. So that was fun for me. This was the last like hoorah for DCEU. This is it from here on out. Any movies that come out should be James Gunn's. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it surprised me. It really did. I was expecting to give this a 1 star, maybe 2 stars at most, but nah, I really enjoyed the movie and I didn't get bored. It had enough action. The set pieces were pretty good too. Like I said at the beginning, some of the CGI was just not that great, and it wasn't that much. It was just a few scenes in there where you could tell it's like, nah, it's not that great. Um, but yeah, I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a good movie. I liked it.
For me, I like the dynamic of the whole brother thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it kind of, I think they could have really benefited, and I know it, it's going into James Gunn's thing, so it's not possible. But I think that um relationship, like if they were gonna go that route of like a redemption arc for him, I think that could have really benefited from another movie. Um, in between this one and the first one, just to kind of
Mm.
strengthen that, kind of like how Thor and Loki's relationship was, because this
Yeah.
felt like a weaker version of that. Even though I did like this, it felt like a weaker version of Thor and Loki, because it
Yeah.
really
That's
followed the
fair.
same formula of redemption and doing what you need to do for your family
Yeah.
and
Loki was even mentioned. If you remember
yeah, that
that.
was crazy because I was literally thinking of Thor and Loki, and he literally said it.
Yeah.
Um, so I like that. Like you said, Jason Momoa was good, and honestly, you look at the cast; it's a pretty stacked cast
Hmm.
of some pretty talented people. Um, Abdul Mateen the second, um, he's honestly a really good fucking actor.
Yeah.
He was also in Watchmen, I believe.
Yeah.
That was him, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's really good. I like him. What's his face from fucking uh Marvel, Doctor Shin, bro. That guy, he he works. He works in everything, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That guy gets a lot of roles. That shit is crazy.
Yep.
Um, so he was good. Um, but yeah, I just because coming off of the last Aquaman, I think that's one of the few DC movies to make like $1 billion or
That's the
something
only
like
one, if
that.
I'm not mistaken, like their highest one. So yeah,
It's
people really
crazy,
enjoyed that. Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm just trying to think because I just remember like sitting there and maybe like during halfway through the second act, I just remember thinking to myself like, well, I'm not bored. Like it's doing its job, and the first Aquaman was really colorful and had a lot of jokes and didn't feel like the typical like Snyderverse movie, like
Hmm.
dark and gray. It was just really colorful, and all of the underwater things they did really well with that. And so they kind of went into that same formula with this one. Some of the jokes didn't really land with me. I don't remember laughing too much, but I remember like being like, "Oh, they told a joke right there." But that wasn't really funny. Like he told a global warming joke in the beginning, and I was just like why?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. The doctor did. Like, yo, well, it's a
Yeah.
good thing for global warming. Yeah, that's not a good thing. Yeah.
I was just like, all right, bro. Um, but yeah, I did want to get into this video that I towards the end I remember thinking to myself, I'm really grateful that Jason Momoa got to play Aquaman because it just shows that like it's a character that like, well, I'm gonna speak for
Shouldn't
myself.
work.
It's a character I don't give a fuck about. Like I know he's in the Justice League and all that shit, but I don't give a
It's
fuck about
Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Yeah.
But and I remember when he got casted, it was just like, bro, what the fuck? Like this big ass dude with tattoos. Like how the fuck is Aquaman fucking blonde hair and this guy has flowing fucking black hair and shit?
Yeah.
It was crazy. But he really made it work, and he made us like the character, and he was one
Yeah.
of the more likable characters in this iteration of the Justice League. Um and so I was just really appreciative of that because it just proves that if the right actor gets into that role, they can make some magic happen.
Hmm.
Um, and so um, it does kind of suck that that's all coming to an end. Uh, hopefully he does get, that role that he wants to play in James Gunn's universe, so we can get more of him in DC, because obviously he gives a fuck about it.
Yeah,
He cares about it. So, um, yeah.
I feel like he is, man. I feel like James Gunn should cast him. Last we heard, spoilers. If you guys don't want to know about it, spoilers, because you're already in the spoiler section, obviously. He was at Warner Brothers a few months ago, maybe it's last year or something like that. And he was excited that he left the lot and stuff. He's like, can't talk about it right now and stuff. And he was just cheering, and all the comments were like, "This has got to be Lobo. This has got to be Lobo," because even him himself is like, Lobo is his favorite comic book character. And he's like, yeah, it's just a perfect fit for me, and I'd love to play that role if they ever asked me. So that'd be pretty cool. So I hope he does come back as Lobo, because obviously this man is Lobo. This dude is just yelling. He's big. He's got the locks. He's Lobo. So hopefully he does end up playing that role, and that'd be pretty cool. Get some more Jason Momoa and the new James Gunn stuff.
No, that definitely would be dope. What do you think of to get more into, what do you think of Patrick Wilson in this role? I really like him as an actor. Obviously the movies that he's pretty much known for, as far as this generation, is the Insidious movies. And then
Insidious,
whole,
Conjurers.
Yeah, that whole verse.
Yeah.
And though a lot of those movies are just kind of in the middle, I think he always kills it. And so,
Yeah.
what'd you think of him in here?
He did great. I believed him as Orm, even in the first one too. Like his role was very well acted. Like he did a great job with it. That dude was jacked for being Orm, man. That dude just bulked up tremendously. That was crazy.
That's what I was gonna bring up, because they did the Tony Stark and Endgame route. He's all sick and skinny.
Yeah, oh yeah. That was a joke. Jason Momoa said, speaking of jokes, all right, let's go Castaway, get Wilson, let's get out of here. I thought that was pretty funny, but obviously that's Jason Momoa, so that was funny as hell. But yeah, Patrick Wilson did a great job for me. I didn't, at the very end of the movie, he had a couple fake outs, like, oh, is he going to go bad? Is he not? And like the whole movie, he's shown that he's not going to go bad anymore. He's kind of learned his lesson and stuff like that. So that was kind of off-putting for me, that like he kind of saw one of the kings about to die, and he's just looking at him like, all right, and then he just leaves, because I feel like his character would have been like, all right, hold on, I'm coming around. Nah, he didn't say nothing. He just looked at him with his madness face and just left. So they kind of did a little bait right there, and that was kind of weird. Like I didn't believe that at all. I knew he was coming back. And then at the end with the trident, and maybe so, because you could say, because that was just like his deep like desires or whatever that we want to call it, and that maybe I can believe that one a little bit more. But yeah, so that was good. Aside from those two, I think he did a great job. So I was gonna say I'm excited to see him in the future, but obviously we're done. We're done with the DCEU.
Well, that's what I was kind of bringing up when I was talking about they could have benefited from a second movie, because I feel like it could have literally took the same path that the director, I can't think, Taika Waititi took with Thor and Loki's journey. Like in the second movie, Loki's still like, well, actually in that one, he was helping him, but
turned on him, I think. Again, right? Yeah, he did.
So yeah, they literally could have did the same thing in this one, like Orm like betrays him, or however you want to go about that, and then in the third movie is finally when he gets that redemption. I just feel like it was just kind of like a quick
switch, like a 180. Yeah,
like he busted you out of jail, like, all right, cool, but it's just like, that's it. Like, here, you guys are good now. I don't know.
They did try to give him some dialogue when he was talking with Aquaman. And he's like, so you really didn't want the throne? And like, my dad's been preparing me my whole life to kind of for this moment. So he kind of realized in that moment, like, yeah, no, he didn't want the throne. He's just something that he just wanted to save his own world, the surface and stuff like that. So they kind of did it there. But yeah, to your point, yeah, they could have benefited more from another movie to really go into that relationship a little bit more, make it a
just
little more
flesh it out a little bit.
Yeah. Who else did you think stood out, or any other thoughts that you had?
Well, like I was talking about Abdul Mateen as Black Manta. I wouldn't say he stole the show, but he really I thought he really did well in his role.
Yeah.
I'm glad in the end he did not take his hand. That would have pissed me off so bad. Because it's just like, you did all this like heating up the world and all this evil
Yeah.
shit, and now you guys are like, don't die. It's like, nah, bro, you gotta let that nigga go, man.
Yeah. No, he was cool. He did a great job too. Like, if Jason from Momoa is the one that stole the show for me, Patrick Wilson did a great job. But I would say Mateen took that second leading role and really made it an enjoyable watch. And you can kind of see, and it was really the Trident too that was kind of like making him evil, more evil, because he already wanted revenge, and that just made it like enhanced it even more so. But yeah, he did a great job. He did a great job on that one too. I can't remember. I mean, it's been so long, but in the first Aquaman, Willem Dafoe was in that one. Did he die in that first one? Because I think they mentioned it in the second one. Like, hey, this even killed your mentor. I don't remember if he died in the first one or not. It's been, like I said, it's been years since I've seen the first one, so I don't remember. Or they kind of, yeah, okay. Yeah. I was like, I hope they didn't just do a throwaway line for him, and now he's dead. So I don't know. But yeah, I think everybody did a solid job. Even we got Boba Fett in here, obviously, because he was in the first one too. But we got Boba. I thought he did a pretty good job and stuff. He got stabbed, trying to defend. Well, he didn't even know he was defending the baby. Yeah. He even said, "I'm going to leave you alive, and then you're going to die once he gets here." So, no, he was good to go. Yeah, but I thought everybody did a good job all around. Obviously, except for her. She, like I said, she only had 4 or 5 lines, which is too many, like I mentioned. But at least it was so minimal that she was barely in the movie. So that was cool to see. Yeah, I mean, Jason Momoa, I hope we get him in the future, because this is the guy. He just really loves his roles and he gives it his all. So I hope we get him in future DC stuff. That'll be really cool to see. Anything else? Anything else stick out to you?
No, not really. It was kind of just your basic superhero movie. It was kind of tropey at parts. Kind of cheesy, kind of cliche. But for the most part, I just remember being not bored, and I was interested in what was going on. And like I said, that brother dynamic that I wish would have been fleshed out a little bit more, and like I said, it probably would have benefited from either another movie or more focus on that throughout both of them, because it just like him helping Jason Momoa so easily, I guess, just like, I don't know, like it made sense, but it just, there was just a little bit of it that I was kind of like, I don't know, because you were in that prison for however long, getting like tortured and all that stuff, and it's just like maybe it was just the love of his kingdom that just was like,
that's what he said, right? That's what he said,
you know.
But
I don't know, but I mean, it's whatever.
You know, one more bad thing, unbelievable thing, I guess, that it was tough to believe. The spell that kept the Lost Kingdom like in ice could only be broken with the blood of a royal of the king, which was Aquaman, the mom, or Orm, and then come to find out his son later on. That was the only way you could unfreeze them. And if I'm not mistaken, that ice spell also went to his minions and stuff. So how did they get unfrozen but not him? That was kind of weird. I don't know if that caught your attention or whatever, because obviously when he froze him on the throne, it started spreading out to the minions and stuff, and it should have been the same ice spell. Like, you couldn't break it unless it was the blood, and they all obviously got free, which was a cool scene, by the way. There was a shitload of them just kind of like hoarding over and trying to fight the monsters and stuff like that. That was pretty cool to see. But yeah, they shouldn't have got busted out, in my opinion. That was like the one dumb thing I think too that I caught. But it was still an enjoyable watch. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out, like we mentioned, if you're looking for something to do, you can go to the movies, enjoy it, just have a fun popcorn, turn your brain off, enjoy the cinematics, enjoy the fight sequences, because it wasn't boring. And I don't know, I didn't watch anybody's reviews, I didn't click on anything else. Maybe we're completely out of left field here. You let us know after you guys watch it and form your own opinion. Let us know down in the comments below. But we gave it 3 out of 5 stars, so there you go. Make sure you guys if you guys haven't know, we're gonna do our if you guys are podcast listeners, go check out our podcast. We're gonna have a special New Year's episode coming up on the next Monday, not this Christmas but the following one. We'll have a lot of fun with that one. Jeopardy's coming back. Spoilers. So put Jeopardy down in the comments below. You heard it here first, because we haven't seen it since early on, so let us know. But in the meantime, we appreciate you guys watching this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. We appreciate you guys, and keep it locked to LFG, where we got you covered in anything and everything in pop culture. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.